And hit record. Okay. Thank you guys for hopping on a Saturday. Usually I like to kind of keep the weekends open for everyone, but there was really not any other better time. And I wanted to get this in before, we started on Monday. So thank you guys for hopping on, for taking the time to hop on. And can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So the purpose of this group is an intense 5-day program. We all know that this business is extremely simple, but it's just kind of, it's hard staying consistent in it. And so we fall off, we don't see results, we fall off, and then we decide to hop back on and we don't see results at all because we're not staying consistent. So what better time to have a huge sprint into your business than in January? And this is a very small group, which is what I kind of like. I hate big groups. Everyone starts getting jumbled. So I'm glad that it's a pretty small group of women that's in here. So that's always exciting. So I'm going to open up my screen share and we'll get started. You don't need to see that. No. Nope. All right, guys. So thank you guys for hopping on. This week is called Sprint to Success. And the main thing about this is that your goal is to really make diamond by the end of the week. If you don't make diamond by the end of the week, it's not the end of the world. You can always make diamond. So if you get to the end of the week and you feel like that you have done everything in your power to get there and you just didn't, it's okay. There's more weeks in the year, there's more weeks in the month. But hopefully this will kind of get you in the consistent effort of making it to diamond, teaching your downline how to make diamond, and how to go above and beyond diamond, which is what we ultimately want. Whoops. Somehow I clicked off, you guys. Okay, so the first step is to set your goals. You'll find that there's really not that many things that you're going to be doing every single day that you're going to be reporting back to the group. Number one is going over your goals every single day, whether you look at them on the fridge, whether you have it on your phone, whether you have it taped all over your house, your work, your car, wherever. You're going to be looking at your goals all day, every day. If you don't have a goal, then you have nothing that you're focused on working towards. For me, my first goal was to make $100 a month to put towards a vacation. A, to make my money back because I couldn't afford it, and B, to make $100 a month. Once I passed that, my goal was to be able to come home full time and to quit relying on people. I've always relied on someone to keep the kids or whatever, and I was just really kind of tired of that. So you always have to have a goal in mind and a deep-seated reason why you even want to get to that goal. It's not that you want to make diamond. It's not that you want to make $100 a month or $100 a week. There's something that's fueling that, and that's what you're going to have to kind of get down to, is to that emotion as to why you want that goal. So for this weekend, I want you to write out your goal, and then I want you to share it to the masses. I want you to, get on pickmonkey.com, it's free, or go on Rana, which is an app that I like to use. Go on, or Canva, a lot of people use Canva. Go on something, make a picture of your goal. You don't just grab a stock image. Make your goal picture of whatever that is. And then I want you to make a post about why that goal matters to you, and then tag me and then tag your teammates that's in this group as well. And you're going, and then I want you to save that on your phone and make that your wallpaper, because every single day you're going to have to look at that goal as to why you want it and what you're going to do to get there. So number one is to write out your goals. You have to have something that you're working towards. There it goes. The second step is getting in the right mindset. If you're going into this group and you're going, I don't know 20 people that I can message a day. I don't know that I'm going to make diamond. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. No one talks to me. No one answers. Then you're already setting yourself up for failure. So you might as well just leave the group if that's how you feel, because there's no way you're going to succeed whatsoever if your mindset is not in the right place. So hopefully you are pulling up anything on YouTube that you can. Tony Robbins, Google motivational personal development. There's a movie, I think it's called Nightcrawler, where he taught himself how to go out into, anyways, and he taught himself through YouTube videos. And so I always kind of think about that you can find anything on YouTube, on anywhere, how to do your hair, to put on fake eyelashes. So there's tons of personal development out there on YouTube. If you're in your car, plug it in, listen to it. If you're working, working on your power hour, plug it in. Or if you're a book person, then make sure that you have books handy with you, whether you find them in the library or if you go on Amazon. I'm a huge believer in Cara Leba, which goes hand in hand with your mind, your mindset. So make sure that you are digging into personal development and that you know that you're going to reach your goal. You know that this week is going to be hard, but you know that you can do it. And so once you kind of have your mindset ready, then you're able to take on the world. It's just a matter of getting all this negativity out from in between your ears and going after exactly what you want to go after. So our group is very, very simple. What you're going to do every single day is look at your goals and list your 20 people that you have talked to today or that day, with kind of a brief explanation. I don't want I don't read all that. I don't want huge paragraphs because my mind is already on something else. But list your 20 people and then a brief explanation of what you guys talked about, and that will kind of help you too. In my tracker, when I write people down, I'll kind of write, an explanation of kind of what we talked about. So that kind of helps me go back and go, oh, okay, well, the kid is in camp, whatever. It helps me stay on track. So this is all you're going to post in the group. You looking at your goals? Yes, I looked at my goals. This is what I'm doing. I am a diamond coach. I am working my way towards being debt-free. I am going to be home full-time with my kids, whatever. And then listing your 20 people in a brief explanation. That's literally all you're posting in the group. We're here for support. We're your cheerleaders. But I want this to be so super simple and focused on the core activities to where that's all you're doing. There's no other outside work. Move this so y'all can see. Okay, so inviting it, and I said this on Amber's team call the other day, is that inviting is so awkward at the very beginning, and you feel how I explain it is that if you've done Turbo Fire, you suck the first time that you have done Turbo Fire. Really, when I started Hammer and Chisel, I was like, what? I don't understand what we're doing. I don't want to do this. The only reason why I kept with Hammer and Chisel the first 2 weeks was because I had signed a contract saying that I would be in the test group. Otherwise, I probably would have quit because it was something new to me and I didn't understand it and I didn't know what was coming up next. And that's kind of how inviting is. You are going to feel awkward. You're going to be so awkward that you're going to have to fumble along. And even though there are scripts and there are templates, nothing will help you than actually getting out and doing it. So have the scripts and have the templates, but also allow yourself grace to fall off the script and to be able to talk the way that you would talk to someone, you know, if you were standing side by side with them. So the 5-3-2 inviting system is 5 conversations a day saying nothing about Beachbody. The one thing that I love about Mondays is that I can literally message a ton of people and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I hope you had a good weekend. Like, that's the easiest conversation startup ever to me. Another one is, instead of going, you know, on people's walls on their birthday, you can send them a message. And sometimes that kind of generates a conversation back going or a new conversation. Another one is holidays. There's not one coming up besides Martin Luther King Day. But, you know, you can kind of talk to them about their long weekend, who's off work, you know, whatever. The 3 stands for 3 challenge group invites a day. Going back to the people you did the 5 with, you know, a month, the ones that you're building their relationship with. So you're not ever doing cold invites. You're talking to the people that you've already started building a relationship with, the ones that, you know, that actually responded to you and said that they had a good weekend. Those are the ones that you're going to invite to your challenge groups. And whether you are, you know, doing Shakeology, which I want to do a Shakeology challenge group. Can't see. Well, oh well. So whether you're doing Shakeology groups, whether you're doing free groups, whether you're doing 30-day challenge groups, whatever you're doing, make sure you're A, being consistent at it, and B, that you are inviting at least 3 people a day to your group. So what you could do is say, on the 15th of every month, I'm going to hold a 30-day group. So you know that on the 5th, you need to start promoting, you need to start inviting a little bit stronger to get people going into your challenge group. So if you kind of set yourself up on a schedule like that, you always know when your next group is going to be. Same thing with free groups. If you have a free group at the 1st of the month and then a paid group in the 3rd week of the month, you know that you always have that cycle of inviting and what to be inviting to. So you're not always blasting on your page, hey, sign as a coach. Hey, be in this challenge group. Hey, do this water challenge. And so then they're like, you got way too much stuff going on. And so that way, you know, you kind of have a schedule, and it's a whole lot easier to have everything laid out. The 2 stands for checking in with your personally sponsored coaches. Or if you don't have personally sponsored coaches yet, or if the coaches that you have are not responsive, then use those as inviting 2 people to the business. So, you know, even just like a check-in, like, hey, how are you doing? Just thinking, kind of like how you start up regular conversations. You know, you don't just jump in and say, hey, you're inactive. Why are you inactive? What are you doing? Are you not working the business? Same thing. I mean, you're going to go to them and you're going to say, hey, how was your weekend? Hey, how are you doing? Is there anything I can help you with? And then, you know, if that's all you have, then you're going to start inviting to people on the team. You should always be adding 3 to 5 friends a day to your social media networks, whether you're doing your like page, whether you're doing Instagram, whether you're using your personal page, but make sure that you're gaining at least 3 to 5 new followers a day, or that you're sending out friend requests or accepting friend requests a day. They don't have to be men. We're all a bunch of women, and I know this always comes up about adding men and creeps and why would I do this, and I've got kids and blah, blah, blah. Invite people just like you. Friend request people just like you. If you're not a man, then I wouldn't be sending out friend requests to men. I don't even accept friend requests from men anymore. And if they start writing stuff on my page and I just delete it and block them, that's not what my page is for. So make sure that who you're sending out friend requests to is people that you can connect with. If you connect with men, that's fine. But don't feel weird whenever they start sending you messages. But it's going to be people like you. Like I met quite a few people from a show that I was watching. And that way we could talk about the show. Another thing is, you know, wherever we go, when we go out of town, or if we go to a new restaurant in Nashville, then I'll go on their like page and find people that have recently been there. So I have a common interest, and they're always women, and they're always women like my age. So I kind of know that I'm going to be able to connect with people that are just like me, if that kind of helps you. At the beginning, though, I did send out friend requests to people that I went to school with, that I used to work with, that I used to go to church with. And then I even sent it out to ex-boyfriends. And what I did was I pulled girls off of their Facebook page. So you can even kind of use that to your advantage too. But get creative and think about mutual friends that you can connect with. So your hot market invite is kind of like low-hanging fruit. And some of you guys have been in the business long enough to where you might not have a hot market anymore. You know, I didn't think that I did until I was trying to push that last little bit for Elite. And I went to my aunt and I was like, look, I need someone to sign up as a coach. Do you think you could? Then we can cancel you. You know, it's no big deal. But I just didn't know if you'd help me out. And she's like, yes, of course I would help you out. I'd help you out anytime. And so you've got people like that that want to help you, you know, family, friends that you've been friends with for a long time. Those are the people I would go after first and say, look, if you're like my family, I would be like, look, I got to reach this goal. This is something I really want to do. And I just didn't know if you'd help me out. Like, you don't have to sell. I won't even add you in the team pages. I just need an active coach over here. And if you want to drink Shakeology, that's fine. If you want to get Derm exclusive, I would love it. I just need someone to be active over here. And so, you know, would you consider helping me out? You don't even have to stay on forever. Just let me find someone to replace you. So dig into the people that truly want to help you. There are people that are in your corner. It's just a matter of asking them and saying, it's fine if you don't, but would you consider doing this? So here's kind of the script if you want to screenshot, or I can send you the PowerPoint slide if you want to, or if you want to take a picture of it. But kind of the same thing, you know, if I'm talking to my mom, I wouldn't sound like this, but it's kind of a script that you could use. When I'm talking, basically when I signed my mom up, I said, look, I'm signing you up as a coach. I need someone active over here. What's your social security number? It depends on how close you are to your family. But start digging into your hot market and start thinking about people that truly want to help you, because naturally people want to help you. Another thing is if you've been a coach for a while, you have customers, whether they're given to you from Beachbody, whether they've bought a program in the past, whether they've bought Shakeology. And so that's another kind of low-hanging fruit where, you know, you could go pull up your customer list and say, hey, how are you doing? How's Shakeology going? Have you looked at another program? You know, if they're still doing a program or Shakeology, then you could say, has anyone asked you what you've been doing? Oh yeah, people have been asking, you know, people have been saying that I look better, that I feel better, you know, they're coming to me. And then that's when you say, sister, why have you not signed up as a coach? Let's get you going. We can waive the $40 fee. You know, this would be awesome for you. Plus you get the discount. If they, you know, are just looking for added accountability, that's another way to get them in and add them as a discount coach. Now, you don't want a whole team of discount coaches. They are easily replaceable, because as you're doing this all the time, then you're not going to have a problem with a bunch of inactive coaches. But believe it or not, a lot of the top 10 coaches and a lot of the elite coaches started out as discount coaches. They just wanted the discount. They didn't want to be a part of the business. And then they saw the love and support and accountability that they got from being a coach, and they decided to make it a full-time business. So don't rule out discount coaches. You can always replace them, and you never know what the future is going to hold for them. So pull out your customer list, anyone that's ever ordered anything, and go to them and try and see if they would be interested in being a coach, either for the discount, or if they've had success, they need to sign up as a coach. So an invite, move that back. A good invite post looks like this. I am extremely anal about pictures. And I know that I say that all the time, but your pictures need to draw people in. And so this is, I can never remember this girl's name. Jessica starts with a P. Anyways, she took a very clean picture of her, took an after picture, and granted, it doesn't have to be a professional after. I rarely have professional pictures. I mean, it could be like I posted one the other day, and I kind of did it along the same lines where in the picture you could just see like my hips and up. And so then I took a selfie and did it also from my hips and up. That way it all kind of mashed together. It looked like it was more uniform. And you could put a before and after holiday survival group. Like, your pictures need to draw people in. There doesn't have to be a lot of lettering to it. Then it kind of gets overwhelming and people just keep scrolling. But here's a good post that Jessica used. And if you want to screenshot that or whatever, and literally use that as your template. You might not have lost 56 pounds. You can delete that and put, you know, whatever you've lost or how you have felt. And of course, change the dates, like, you know, go in and change the majority of it. But, you know, that's a good template that you can kind of tweak and make your own. So I would say invite posts need to be, you know, 1 or 2 times a week. It depends, but then also don't do like, I wouldn't do a lot of invitation posts like what I said earlier, like a business invite and then a challenge group and then a business. Like, you kind of want your weeks to be either challenge group invites or you want it to be business invites. So just kind of don't like make your page completely all about invites and all different invites. But that's a really good one that you can use for challenge groups. At the end of the day, you got this. This is all you. There's no reason why you cannot make your goal that you're going to post. There's no reason why you cannot make diamond by the end of the week. It's just a matter of focusing hard on these next 5 days and saying, I can do it. And I don't know the time, what our time frame is. If I can get out. So we're almost out of time. How do I get out of screen share? I might just have to look at it like this the rest of the time. Oh, there we go. So if you want to unmute yourself, if you have questions, or we can close it out, it is completely up to you. And I'll post the PowerPoint slide, and that way you kind of have, you know, what to do. The daily invite is up in the cover photo. Make sure you post your goal and you share it. And tag your team. That way it boosts up in the infinity. You don't want anything to have like no likes on your stuff. So if anyone has any questions, let me know.
Do you want us to tag the people in this group, you mean, or like our downline team?
You could do your downline team just to kind of inspire them, but mainly this group.
Okay.
Yeah. Because everyone else would be like, what are you talking about? But I would say yes to your downline.
Okay.
Is everyone else good?
And we just start on Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So take the weekend to, you know, kind of to set up your goals, get your mindset right, even start making out your list, because 20 people a day is hard, you know, to think of. And I think we said this on your call, Amber, was literally like when I kind of get in modes like this, I go from A and work my way down on my Facebook friends list.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't like overcomplicate it and go, who do I message? You message everyone, like anyone that will talk to you, message them and invite them. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
So get in the mindset.
My team is having, because we came up with the script. We have a couple different ones that we came up with, and my team personally is just having an issue with copy and pasting and feeling like it's just kind of like you're just doing the same thing and you're not being personable and you're not really kind of putting yourself out there like you care about that person. You're just kind of trying to hook them. Yeah. And so that's what my team is kind of having a problem with.
I was also going to ask you if you would post your template that you use, because you've signed up 2 coaches in the past, like, day or two, less than 48 hours. So one thing, and I've kind of shared this before, is that we had a financial planner. He just kind of disappeared on us. But how he would start was he would ask about my day. How are the kids? How is life? Oh, hey, you want to up your life insurance? And I was like, sure. It's kind of like what you're going to do. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't like scripts. That's why I barely have them for the team, is because I like to be more charismatic, and I like to put in my own emotions. And so talk to people first, talk about their life. That's kind of where the 5 thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's very easily to where you can flow it into saying, okay, have you ever considered doing what I'm doing? I think a lot of you, like there was one girl, I was like, look, I think a lot of you, I think that you're cool. I love your posts. And I know this is going to like sound way off in left field, but I didn't know if you had ever considered doing what I'm doing. And so, of course, at the time she was like, no, thanks. But then she has started coming to me. And so use your own, like look at the script, but then also think about if you were sitting right next to that person, or if you were at the playground with this person and your kids were playing, you wouldn't start out by saying, hey, I'm a beach body coach.
Right.
Start out, by starting a conversation of some type. And
Yeah.
you go into, and I made a post, I don't remember what group it was. It was about going in for the kiss too soon. Like if you go out on
I remember that one.
yeah, and I hadn't gone on a date in a long time, but I don't want that to sound like Jacqueline always goes out on dates. If you go out on a date, you don't want someone to be overly pushy and be like, hey, you want to get to know that person, and then when it feels right, then that's whenever you go in for the kiss or whatever. But so that's kind of how you're going to have to use your own discretion and look at the templates and say, okay, well, how can I put my own spin on it as well? That was a good question, and tell them that too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, and then Amber's going to post her script. It was really, really good. And we're about out of time, and you guys have a good rest of the day and can't wait to look at your goals.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.